everybody, my name is Jillian and welcome to Frizzbiscuit, where today we are in my bedroom because I actually have lighting and therefore you can see my face. As you might be able to tell from the posters behind me, we're going to talk about Doctor Who today. I was caught off guard because I didn't realise that Doctor Who was starting this weekend, and now I'm having just a slight panic attack just underlying everything I do until Sunday because I really want to be excited and I really love Doctor Who, but I don't know right now. I personally really love Peter Capaldi's Doctor. I think he's amazing. I think it's great to have a grumpy old Doctor again. The dynamic with Clara this season between Clara and the Doctor was so much more interesting, especially since Clara's so young, the Doctor's so old, but she's the one who's being stern and school teacher-like, and he's the one who's all like, no, I just want to do things my way. When she was the impossible girl and, ooh, Clara, let me solve the mystery that is you, it was just like, well, she's not going to get any character development and she's just going to be super annoying all of the time, which is what she was. There were actually a few episodes in the last season that I really loved of Doctor Who. Like, I really loved the Mummy on the Orient Express episode, and I really liked the Kill the Moon episode, and now we're going to move on to the things that I didn't like so much. If you have not seen the last series of Doctor Who, or the 50th anniversary special, or any other episodes of Doctor Who up to this point in time, then turn off this video because I'm probably going to give you spoilers of some kind. You've been warned. In the 50th anniversary special of Doctor Who, Gallifrey didn't explode and everybody didn't die, and the Doctor is no longer the last of the Time Lords. At the time I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Apart from the fact that I really am not a fan of unwriting things, but I was like, okay, if you're going to do something massive and major with a storyline, he surely must have some ideas for this, you know, new storyline on writing one of the most fundamental things about Doctor Who in the new series. But then they didn't mention Gallifrey again for almost the entirety of season 8. That seems like an oversight. They just needed to have some kind of passing conversation between the Doctor and Clara. So, Doctor, have you had any luck tracking down Gallifrey yet? No, Clara, I haven't yet found Gallifrey. I have no idea where to look. Guess I better keep looking. Good idea, Doctor. They just needed something. They just didn't mention it. You've unwritten the fact that Gallifrey and all the Time Lords are dead and exploded, but then you failed to come back to that point until the very end of the season. Instead, we're just going to not talk about Gallifrey at all. Another issue with Series 8 of Doctor Who. If the entire point of introducing Danny's character was to make us believe that he was in love with Clara, and to make it believe that it was the truest love that they could possibly have in the history of the universe, to the point where he could defy the Cybermen's programming to save the day, he wasn't there for very long. Like, it wasn't believable that they had fallen that madly and deeply in love when you've only seen him for a few episodes. They wanted to create a feasible relationship between Danny and Clara to that extent of 100% OTP style love. He needed to be around for a lot longer, because they kind of just jumped in it and were like, oh, we're absolutely in love now. Show us that they're in love. Don't tell us that they're in love. Show us. But the whole character of Danny just felt like they were being like, you must love this character, audience. This character's amazing. Look at him with all these emotions and shit. Love him and feel emotional attachment to him so that when we kill him off, you'll feel pain. I mean, the overarching plot of season 8 was better than in previous series. Still, I was kind of apathetic. I didn't care who Missy was until the end of the season. I just was not intrigued. I wasn't interested. I was bored of her character. I mean, obviously it ended up with a cool twist, which maybe if I had cared a little bit more to figure out who she was, I could have realized that she was the master. But, you know, what you gonna do? I just didn't spend much time thinking about it. Maybe I wouldn't have guessed anyway, I don't know. I did think the darker twist at the end of Series 8 was really interesting, though. And I did like the whole Cyberman twist. And generally, I'm apprehensively excited-ish for Series 9. I will say, if they are planning on getting rid of Clara this season, either by killing her or her just deciding to leave, they're going to be hard-pressed to find a way to do that they have not already done. I would like, in the new series of Doctor Who, to have a little bit of a break from characters coming back to life, or having multiple different, like, streams of consciousness, or getting turned into plastic soldiers. Let's not even. Let's just not. That's about all for this week. Let me know in the comments what you want to happen in the upcoming series of Doctor Who, and let's all hope that it doesn't suck, and that it's actually really good, because I don't know if I can handle it if it's horrible. I love me some Time Lordy goodness, and I just want to enjoy it. That's all I want. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.